Minnesota's ban on AI nudification became law yesterday, and Elon Musk isn't happy about that. Musk sued, claiming free speech violations, but on Friday lost a bid to keep the Minnesota law from going into place. But it's not over. A federal court hearing is now set for later this month in Minneapolis. Earlier this morning, I spoke with Minnesota State Senator Erin Maye Quade, who is fighting to keep the law in place. And joining us now is Senator Erin Maye Quade. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
All right, Elon Musk did lose round one in court on Friday, but there is a hearing scheduled for the 19th of August. What are you concerned about there?
You know, I actually think that in Attorney General Ellison and our Solicitor General, we have a really strong case to move forward. I think winning in court on Friday was a huge win. This law is in effect. Nudification technology is banned in Minnesota right now, and I think that was a huge win.
Elon Musk wanted to prevent it from going into effect yesterday, which it did, so it is in effect.
Right. That's right.
And so you feel that this case is going to hold up, because a lot of eyes all over the country are watching this case.
They are, and I think being the first in the country to do something is always a big deal. I'm really proud of Minnesota for being first here, and I do think that this will hold up in court. We took great care to make sure that this law doesn't touch the First Amendment and respects art and only targets the specific conduct that we wanted to target, which is nudified images that are just, they're not legal.
And that's one of the things that the Attorney General argued in his brief, that this does not interfere with First Amendment rights, which is what Elon Musk is arguing. What, in terms of other bills that you've talked about, that you've looked at for AI, I know that you've really been on the forefront of this. What are some of the other measures you'd like to see? I know some involve chatbots.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing I should say is that I think AI has tremendous opportunity for our society, but unregulated consumer-facing AI has been a five-alarm disaster for society so far. And I really hate that I'm just a suburban mom, I mean, that really is what I am, who's begging these tech companies to just put a modicum of safety and parameters into their products before being released. And so minors accessing conversational chatbots or companion chatbots, that's a bill I have. I have a bill to prevent AI.
That one's stalled, though. I mean, you pushed that last year, and that's stalled.
It did. It's passed the Senate, and we had great interest from the House. They're a little bit wonky with being tied, and so we got interest towards the end of session, not the beginning, but there's a lot of bipartisan support there, and there's bipartisan support in the Senate as well. I have a confidence we'll get that one through.
Okay.
Do you want me to talk about the rest?
Yeah, well, no, that's, I mean, because that's scary, the notion that your child or any child or any vulnerable person could establish a relationship with a chatbot, and that's created all kinds of problems in other cases. I know one of the things that's being discussed is allowing people to know, or letting people know when they're dealing with AI. And I think that's an important thing, because how do you know unless you're told?
Yeah, and this one comes up a lot, and it's everything from, you know, I'm trying to make a hotel reservation to I'm trying to book a really sensitive doctor's appointment. And you should just know that you are interacting with AI when you are. I think there's lots of people who don't mind doing it, but they would want to know when it's happening, because AI just doesn't get everything right now. And there's lots of things we don't want to fall through the cracks, like an emergency appointment for chemotherapy, to an AI bot that doesn't understand that I want to go to the Woodbury location instead of the Eden Prairie location.
Okay, and going back to the nudification law, are you surprised that Elon Musk is digging in and is going to continue to try and fight this?
No, I'm not surprised, and I think it's important to know that his company is the only one that is suing, right? TechNet, who is the industry lobbying group, never submitted a letter of opposition here. They would have represented everyone from Meta to Google to Apple. You know, none of those tech companies have an issue, and it's because their tech models aren't built on profiting off of child sexual abuse material and image-based sexual violence. And so the reason why we see Elon Musk's company here specifically suing is because their business model is based off of people creating child sexual abuse material and image-based sexual violence and profiting off of that. And so I'm surprised it came as late as it did. They never submitted letters of opposition. They had 2 years while this bill worked its way through. But their business model is really based off of this profiting off of illegal material. So I guess it doesn't surprise me at this point. And the day they filed the lawsuit here in Minnesota was the same day that 3 separate groups of people sued XAI and Elon Musk's company for generating child sexual abuse material and image-based sexual violence. So it's very ironic timing on behalf of that company.
All right. Well, Senator Erin Maye Quade, thank you so much, and we'll continue to follow your efforts on some of these other bills and obviously this fight, which is now in federal court. We appreciate your time.
Thanks so much for having me.
And again, we will continue to follow this ongoing story, especially that court hearing later this month.